So this one I'm gonna try to make shorter. My videos, I don't know, I just be long-winded. Okay, I guess so. Put it on 2-speed, honey. If you went to med school and you watching these videos, you already know what to do. Honestly, I probably don't even have to tell you. So chop the time in half, put it on 2-speed. We'll be Gucci. So this video is about, oh my gosh. Hi, welcome to JRB Life, where I talk about my life after my degrees and after leaving medicine, LOL, leaving emergency medicine, and the process that I went through to get there. And I share a little bit of my story to give you a little bit more peace with your story. So this video, I want to talk about the things that I did to start kind of bringing back balance into my life in the early stages of me just realizing I was unhappy and not knowing why. I want to talk about the things that I did to start trusting myself and prioritizing myself. When I tell y'all I had no balance, it was a combination of things. It was a combination of me just being a bookworm, being very like in my head, not really doing much outside of what needed to be done to be checking the boxes to get into med school. So like research and all the, extracurricular groups and things like that. I don't know. This probably has to be a different video because I basically just shut out all my creative outlets for many reasons. That I'm not going to get into in this video. But essentially, they came back. They came back when I needed a savior, okay? They came back. The melodies just started popping into my head, and they came back. When I realized that I was just severely unhappy and just not fulfilled, and I was like, well, in order for me not to run to St. Lucia, I have to make sure it's not because I haven't done everything I can right here in my life right now. And I realized how out of balance my life had gotten. So yeah, it was a combination of that training, me shutting out like my right brain side, and the pandemic, the panini, the pandizzle, because honestly it did a number on everyone. And when I started residency, it was summer of 2020. So literally it was boom. It was, all boots on ground and everything. Yeah, I had to build back like the balance in my life because I had just become very imbalanced. I literally just went to work and then went home, and I was in a completely different state from my family, far away from my family. And I was also like not keeping in contact with them as much as I should have. So I had to like start making more conscious efforts to like just have more of a life, basically. And that's what I focused on over the next few months of 2021, because I started residency in summer 2020, intern year finished. Basically, it's July to July is 1 year, so that is the first year, intern year. And I noticed that I was not doing so hot in about February, March, I think that's when everything started. And things were starting to open up around that time too. So, yeah, I literally would just go to the job, whatever rotation it was, and then I would go home and sleep. I was exhausted. Everybody's exhausted intern year. So I started by doing small things for myself and like making myself keep those like appointments, keep those small activities. And I wish I could say that I started with all the fun stuff, but I didn't. I started with, so it's kind of like a balance. Like I did fun things and then I did intentional things that may not have been so fun. So your girl, oh, it's a funny story that I don't know if I'll ever tell on the interwide webs, But basically, it was my parents that was like, yo. It was my parents that was like, yo, doesn't your program offer therapy? And if you know anything about Nigerians, mental health is not really a thing. So, like I said, that's when I knew that's when I knew it was serious. So, for the intentional part of my weekly promise to myself, I went to therapy. And I had a great therapist. For the fun weekly activity, I started skating. It was terrifying, and I was so stiff and so stiff and sore, and it was hectic. My neighbor's running the water. Maybe they're showering. Maybe they're doing the dishes. I hope you can't hear it. But anyway, so for the weekly thing, I did skating. And then when I was like, yeah, this is crazy, I did vocal lessons once a week. Just something fun, something that I used to like to do. Like I would sing, I would sing, but I never like focused on it. And in combination with like the melodies coming back to me and like me starting to write more songs and more poetry, I decided to do something fun for myself once a week. That was, part of the weekly deal I had with myself. And then when it came to just day by day living, I found that I had to like do just the small things, find the small things to keep me going, help me feel good throughout the day. So I started a daily journal practice, and I think that honestly is responsible for 80% of the awesomeness that I am today. So it was more like personal time for me to just be like, yeah, I don't need to like justify anything to anybody. I can just put it on the page, and that's just how I'm feeling. That's just what it is for me today. So spending a little bit of time with myself. I would also do like 10-minute vocal warm-ups. It was just fun for me, to be honest with you. Like, I honestly don't know why I started doing that. But I was like, well, if I am going to be a songwriter, then I would like to do my own demos so I don't have to pay anybody to do my demos. So I might as well just shore up some of my vocals. And then I also, because after shutting down my creative side for so long, I don't know, I had this weird thing with my voice. It's been a long road. I might talk about it in another video, but I basically started a podcast with myself. I started a podcast just for me to get used to my voice, because people have always told me that my voice is very relaxing, it's very soothing, and I hear it now. Now I hear it now that like a lot of the tension and like a lot of the muscle knots and everything has been released. I hear it now, 100%. Back then, I was like, I don't hear it as much as people say that it is so. So I wasn't very comfortable with hearing my voice. I would always do like the little thing when I heard my voice recorded. And now I don't do it as much because I'm more used to my voice, so I'm more accepting of it. But yeah, I started that for 100 days. I don't know where I got that idea from either, the 100 days thing, but I continued it with songwriting for 100 days. I basically just did 10-minute vocal warm-ups in the car, just on the way to work, on the way home. Just like small things I could do for myself every day. Essentially, I did new things, I did old things, I did fun things, and I did intentional things in order to start building in order to start building a more accountable and trustworthy relationship with myself. and a relationship with myself where I was like, bro, I actually don't need to be feeling horrible all the time. I can actually feel good doing things that I want to do. And I don't have to be living like this life where I'm just doing things to get to the next stage or doing things to, I don't know, tick a box or add a line. I don't know. Now that I'm outside of it, I'm like, and the added benefit of doing all these things was that it really helped me feel safe in being able to try new things and do things that I wasn't comfortable with or familiar with, so I could start like tackling that fear of the unknown. And again, this is all retrospect. At the time, this was unplanned. I was pretty much just going with the flow of whatever popped into my mind that, oh yeah, that might feel good. Let me try that. Or that sounds cool. Let me try that. So, yeah. So I hope that this video has to be shorter. Like there's no way it can't be 30 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this inspired you to do something fun, intentional for yourself, just to help, you get more in touch with yourself and feel encouraged and more safe in your relationship with yourself. Thank you for watching. I don't know if I introduced myself, so I will introduce myself. I'm Jai. This is my channel, JRB Life, and I am exploring life after the degree and after everything the world said you should be. So feel free to click on any of my other videos. There'll be more videos to come. I want to get like a good solid, like I have a list of ideas of videos. I want to get a good solid chunk of them out, and then I'll move to like doing weekly videos. But for right now, thank you for listening. My neighbor is having the best hot shower, and honestly, he deserves. Oh my god, I hope this fucking audio is able to be used. I will literally be so mad. I don't know if they're showering or what. I'm gonna just keep going, and if it's not able to be used, then I'll just be salty, or I'll just upload it that way anyway and say apologies.